Thank you, Dr. Shirley, for bringing me to this event. And I'm actually a stopover from my trip overseas to Hong Kong, and I was supposed to be leaving about 5 months ago, but I'm now stuck in Hong Kong for 5 months. I don't know why, but because something attracted me here. So the basic thing I tracked was actually digital assets, and this is where we are. My background, how do I get involved in fashion? It was my mother. My mother was a seamstress. So she always cut up all the clothes and then left with everything they have left behind and make my dress and my pants. So you can see I have the most modern shirts and pants when I was 5, 6 years old, and everybody was envy because it was by script. And then my mom, that was 5, 6 years, 7, 8 years old, she teach me how to sew. So I start by recycle at that stage. So I'm ahead of time. So I always believe that, like what I was hearing earlier, speakers, mom is very important. She is the one who actually grew me what I am today. And she don't give me money, so I had to make money. She don't give me technology, I have to find a way to make technology. Because she don't give me money to buy what they call remote car, I have to make my own car. So ways and means. So I'm actually known in the market as a versatile strategist. So I get things done by hook or by crook. So this is where I got involved, and also by incidentally, back in 2008, 2010, on these carbon credits. So I was actually invited to build a carbon credit exchange, but the great part is I don't know what is carbon credit exchange. So I had to go the other way around and become a carbon auditor in Australia. And then I realized that now I know what's carbon credit, and then now the exchange was built. But then I found no user because nobody understands that. So that is why it turns out at the end of the day, become Energy Star. There was no something like this. So Web 0, Web 1, now we are Web 3. So now we are coming here today, and got me interested into looking at this fashion. Well, fashion, I spend a lot of money on fashion, not for me, for my wife. So, but it's good. But then I always found that because it's my wife have actually, when I bought her the first jeans, like what I saw there, she still have the jeans. We bought in this Wall Street. It was $1,000 US. So maybe that is the reason why still today. It's more than 14 years now. So I can see that is where we look at how we're looking at true. So because today you have very good speakers ahead here in this event, which I didn't anticipate because I was coming here just to maybe talk about what I look at the fashion. And I'm actually, because we have been going around, I'm a digital nomad also. I've been living in 18 countries and 200 cities around the world during the pandemic. And I paid my tax first time in my life for 30 years in Singapore because I stayed more than 1 year. So now I realize that the world actually changed, and also the world change is also changing to good. So, and you must understand also, I come back to Hong Kong also for 2 reasons. I found a lot of friends still stubborn, very rich public company owner, still having a problem trying to pass the business to the next generation, because the sons and daughters might be doctor, lawyers, or maybe their own company, doesn't want to take over this business, but it's a public company or big business, very big one. So I found here is communication and comes to here. Why I'm putting this into a fashion, same thing is communication. So remember when we have the Adam and Eve, you guess what happened? What sort of clothing does Adam and Eve have? Only a piece of leaf, this nature. So Adam only keep 1 piece. Then Eve kept 3 pieces. So that's how, you see, the girls always have extra pieces. So that's where the clothing industry comes in. So I believe that's how it started. So, I mean, the guys only have 1 piece. What else it can cover? But the ladies have 3 pieces, but then this is also where I see, sometimes, I mean, as a joke, this is actually how I look at the fashion industries, everything will involve. So we also look at things that is going to move on. See that. Yes. So why I look at Asia as my point, because I'm a Singaporean, And although I've been going around the world, I find fashion is still one of the biggest industries. And anybody who migrates from Asia to Western world, the first job is always a seamstress or seamster, or even a clothes repair, whether it's America, Canada, or whether it's Germany, or even in Italy. So fashion is always there. You saw this is simplest because it's actually very stressful, but at least there's a cash flow for everybody put in. So I see this as also the biggest emission that we have. So are we going back into time, like we're going to have a piece of leaf and then 3 pieces of leaf for the ladies? Yes, maybe it is possible. That's why we may have aliens that only wear clothes that change by your thoughts, which can be done. Bio clothings are already in place. America and Japan are trying that. So I can't disclose, but we have seen this able to be done. So in other words, you are not going to have a lot of selection. You'll be select because of the weather. You select because you need the warmth. You select because you are at a certain age, you need to protect your body. So the clothing in future will not be what you see today. Oh, I feel hot, I'll wear a sweater. Or I just want a t-shirt because I'm in the summer. So in the future, fashions will be more climatized. So you use that because you need it. So this is why I see temperature now increasing so much. I'm still wearing a suit. I'm going out, I sweat, but because I have to do it, because this is actually what we call the rule of engagement. So you have to present yourself. I can come here as a t-shirt or a singlet, but I think I don't get the respect that you need here. Then you listen to these guys. This guy is like a char kway teow guy in somewhere, or maybe a food store hawker talking in front of you. He knows what he's talking about. So because I'm not allowed to do that, because it's a protocol, the mindset that we have. So I believe changing the mindset is the next most important in education for fashion. Of course, I already said my mom, seamstress, I got to do very fashionable. So I learned how to sew. I learned how to make clothing. I was surprised because in my class, I'm the only one. So that's how I got girlfriends, because they were asking me how to make this. My mom, I pick up business for my mom. That's how I did it. So I go up and say, oh, you see, this one's nice. So my mom starts sewing. So I'm a businessman when I was only 9 years old. So this is also why the reason I see in one of the speakers saying, incentivization and also the motivation to make money is number one. Because if you don't put money, or the other way around, now in Hong Kong, you go to a shopping center, you're trying to buy something, you have to pay 10 cents for a plastic bag. And then why? Because you got to find $2,000. Only you have been fined $2,000, then you